We're all familiar with the if-then phraseology. I've been reading into Proverbs lately, and I discover that it is in there too. Have you read any Proverbs lately? I've enjoyed reading the proverb that corresponded with the day, and you might want to try that. In Proverbs chapter 2, we read, "My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding. This is Solomon's counsel to his own son." Notice the if in the phrase. It's a little word, but very important one, because it underlines the fact that now we have a choice. We don't always have a choice of our circumstances, but we do have a choice of our focus. For example, if it's too chilly, you can put on a sweater. If it's too hot, you can wear your shorts. It's a question, it's the word that underlines the question to which you can respond. Now let's jump back to verse 5 in Proverbs chapter 2. Then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find knowledge of God, for the Lord gives wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. This is not the kind of fear that drives you away from something. It's the kind of fear that gives you a respect for that person or that thing. I've never forgotten an experience I had as a young man when I was at home. I was down in the basement and it was dark, and I was looking for a light switch and I couldn't find it, and I put my fingers in a place where I expected there would be a light bulb, but there was no light bulb there. And I was grounded well enough that I got a good buzz of a shock out of that 110 volt supply. It's not the kind of fear that drove me away from electricity. Obviously, I use it a lot, and I'm using it right now. But it was the kind of fear that gave me a high respect for the power and the possibilities of fear. That's the kind of fear of the Lord that Proverbs is writing about. This is an awesome respect for God, not the kind that drives us away, that kind that draws us toward it. Now let's go down to verse 9 in that second chapter of Proverbs. Then, it says, you will understand what is right and just and fear every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you. Look at the benefits of storing up God's word. Understanding the fear of the Lord. It's a shield of protection. Saves you from the ways of the wicked. It saves you from sexual immorality. It guides us in the ways of righteousness. Now let's go back to the beginning of the psalm again. My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you. You see, when we talk about storing up commands, we're talking about memorizing God's word. And that's what Solomon is counseling his young son about, but it was also something that he practiced. And those of us who are not children any longer, we need to practice the same thing, so that we are an example to our children, but also so we are reminded of what the fear of the Lord really means. Now it's your choice. If we can help you in your walk with God, call us at Life Point Church, 612-305-8362.